Sumeru is out, and with the release of Sumeru, we got Tighnari. Now, should you pull for Tighnari, or should you save for one of the very exciting characters in the future? Or should you ignore all this Dendro fuzzwizz and just go for Zhongli? Well, I'm going to tell you this in this video, so please enjoy. First off, Tighnari. While we are still experimenting a lot with Dendro, the conclusion on Tighnari is he is definitely a reaction based character and pairs really well with Electro. First of all, if you really enjoy Yay Miko, Tighnari can be a great addition to your team, as she can constantly apply Electro to the characters and Tighnari can proc the Electro Dendro reaction, causing him to do a ton of damage. To be honest, from playtesting Tighnari, he feels kind of bad unless you use him with an Electro unit, and he feels kind of made for this reaction. But if you get the reactions right and you pair him with an Electro unit, you can get a ton of damage out and Tighnari can become an extremely strong damage dealer. His charge shots also offer some unique gameplay with having extremely rapidly shooting charge shots, which I found quite satisfying and unique to play around, as it's kind of like C6 Ganyu, but this is less expensive for sure. All in all, I think Tighnari is great if you really like to use Electro units to pair him with, as he really does need the quicken reaction, and you should pull him if you really like to use Electro Dendro combo and you like his playstyle, because his playstyle I feel like is really that of a ranger. He feels very ranged compared to some of the other archers, where you have to be precise with your charging shots, and it's really cool how his abilities home in. Now, to address the elephant in the room, he will be added to the standard banner later on. But to be honest, there are a few characters from the standard banner, like Mona, that I, in my more than a year of playing, have not been able to obtain yet. So honestly, if you would really like to pull for Tighnari, don't feel bad pulling for him, and you will probably get maybe a constellation or two later along the way. But if you're on the edge of pulling for him and are maybe thinking, you know, he is okay and I kinda want him, you could say, I'll just get him off losing a 50-50 or off the standard banner eventually anyway, so you can skip more freely. So if you think, meh, I might pull, it's better to skip, as he will be added to the standard banner. And next up there is Zhongli. Now, this isn't his first rodeo on the limited banner, and we have all heard about Zhongli. He has a massive shield and a lot of defensive capabilities. There is just one reason why Zhongli is not a SSS tier character like he often gets sold. Zhongli is a DPS loss. Now, can you believe it? You can slot in a defensive character and lose a bit of damage. Now, this is completely fine. But because of this, Zhongli isn't really the toppest tier of the highest tier of characters, simply because all the difficult content in Genshin Impact requires you to complete it within a certain amount of time, and Zhongli doesn't really add a lot of damage to your team. But Zhongli does one thing really well, and that is utility and survivability. His ultimate freezes enemies in place, making you able to hit them much longer and much harder and aim your skills nicely, which is a DPS increase. He has a shield so you can ignore certain attacks and keep attacking. And also certain bosses like Magu Kenki on floor 12 really messed me up. I just needed the convenience of a shield for that, and Zhongli really provided it. And also, Zhongli does react really well with any other Geo unit and strips the resistances of enemies, so you will definitely still hit them harder with the units that you are using. And thus, I don't think Zhongli is the best character in Genshin Impact, just because he makes the game a lot more playable due to his big shield and big stunts. But what I do think is, if you want the convenience of always being able to survive difficult encounters with his incredibly good shield, I would 100% recommend pulling for Zhongli, as I think his survivalist utility is just amazing, and honestly, you don't need all the best damage dealers in the game together in a team, because you can beat all of the difficult content with Zhongli in the team on time, even on Abyss. PS, his aesthetic, looks and ultimate animation are some of the best, and in my honest opinion, his ultimate animation is the best in the game. I don't think there's another ultimate that's as cool as dropping a meteor on your enemies. So in conclusion, Tighnari is pretty good, but definitely needs to be paired with Electro to deal his fullest potential and deal big damage. So he really is an Electro support and also is being supported by Electro to deal the big damages. And Zhongli is just such a convenient character to have. He won't be increasing your damage anytime soon, but the survivability combined with the additional resistance strip, combined with the stun from his ult, makes him an exquisite utility character, and he is going to be great for anyone who isn't looking to up their damage too much, but to survive and to be able to pull off their combos without being interrupted, stunned, and otherwise hit by any enemies. All in all, both of the banners are good. Personally, I already have Zhongli, so I'm going for Tighnari, and I wish you the best of luck.